the worst part is like, and I mean, I don't know if it happened in my family.
Yeah.
But like, or if I was one of the lucky ones. But you know, like how people have horror stories of, you know, being molested. Like the way that I hear so many stories about it, I'm like, I am one of the lucky ones. So I am very lucky on that.
Yeah, because people don't be thinking like your child is a target indefinitely. You've been a target indefinitely. Do you really want to bring somebody into that? Because all it takes is one wrong person to see you, and if they talk your language, then the impending doom is random, and you don't even know it. But scammers target people like that.
For me, it's just like you have a whole, like, you see how the world is, and you think this is okay. Everything is gonna turn out fine, and it's fair for me to bring someone into this.
Oh, child, what we doing out here? Like, people dead ass be thinking like that. So, the precursor to all of this is I was making a joke about, so having a kid, was it really worth it? And we got into the subject of how it's only been 3 months of the person that delivered the child. But these circumstances were very iffy and illogical. And we ended up here talking about the whole thing of bringing a child into the world, and it's just nothing but doom, and it's more negativity than positivity of procreating and things like that. So it's a continuation of that conversation, and it's really not fair to the innocents. Like, when I think about innocence is like, people be talking about this nation of this thing called United States, right? They said it's a purity nation, Puritans or something like that, and there's been nothing pure about it because it was founded on tyranny. So y'all definition of purity is not the truth, and y'all need to follow the dictionary and not the Bible. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I know what's going on with that.
I think, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you good.
But I think what they're talking about is the, Protestant puritanical culture of like religious being pure, not having sex before marriage. Sex is only for procreation, whatever. And those are like values that people kind of claim, and it's just not the flex they think it is.
It really isn't.
And it's the same thing with Brazil. Brazil's like, it's I would call it hypocritical, I guess, because it's all hypocrisy. Like,
okay,
during Carnival, everything's okay. Like, it's Carnival. Like,
yeah, and from what I've seen, Carnival is just a celebration of living. But why can't we get that 365?
No, well,
because the sentiment is that everybody's in a good time and everybody's partying with everybody else, and it looks less segregated.
So, but let me finish. So, everything is all in Carnival, but as soon as it's over, we are super religious. We are all Catholic.
Oh, them chastity belts back on?
Yeah, and it's like, I saw you shaking, you're almost naked like less than a week ago. And I'm supposed to just move on with this information?
Oh, there were whole holes up there?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's,
they were living.
Yeah. And even me expressing this kind of feeling of like, oh my God, they were naked and stuff like this, it comes from this puritanical, ethic that we live under. Like, it's kind of like pushed by the system.
Yeah.
And, and when I think of it, like, every time I saw a person naked during Carnival, it it was
Demented.
weird. Yes, there were some that had like some mentally challenged, whatever. But what bothers me the most is just like I didn't agree to this. Like I know that person was just living their life and running around. Like they weren't targeting me, but like it's just so weird seeing that like growing up. And then
Yeah,
like,
I felt that same sentiment when it came to entertainment generally in America.
yeah, look how they do to women to this day. It's 2022 and like women are retiring at 35 because they are quote unquote not fuckable anymore. Like what the fuck is this world? With I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it's like also
I mean, it's dangerous. I'm surprised they're still alive.
the way that the world controls women's bodies still like.
Yeah, that's why when
Why would
Sudan
you bring a child
Archives
into
said I
this?
just want my titties out and Seth Delaza said free for a day, I get it.
I get it too.
Horrible times in the world, but it's quite damaging sometimes because they have this very lovely, proudful voice. And I really love the femininity behind it. But Seth Delaza had a child.
You see, people are humans.
Yo, but
Fucking weird. Cause
because Cookie Kawaii was like that. I was like, girl, you're in your activist phase. Don't bring children up during your activist phase. It doesn't look very activisty. And we had to part ways. I was like, girl, talk your shit. Let them know, cause you know me, I really don't like them hunkies. And they out here running the game, taking everybody's talent and not cultivating artists. And it's very damaging to humanity. It's very ugly. And I can't bring no kid into it. Because when I go around listening to music, I like music that sound like that person made them. This whole big group of people making a banger that speaks to everybody is because they market it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a woman's voice to me.
I think that there's a balance there. Like I like when somebody starts by themselves, but then because they explode, they get access to better resources and production value. So like I like that, and brings them to a whole nother level, right?
Yeah.
But why we're talking about this again?
Because something about bringing kids in the world and
like
pedophilia and how pedophilia
that was a
really
jump.
it was a jump.
Stars now.
Yeah, but the how pedophilia really isn't reined in, and y'all walking out here freely with kids and people posting their kids freely on the internet, and like what they say, #feet, where people looking at your post, and everybody is touchable. But y'all don't even want to touch the right people. That's a very dangerous thing too, because I don't want to bring my kid into a world where they had this very high chance of just being a sheep.
Yeah, well, the problem, that's another thing, right? So the two things that you just touched are, you don't know if you are raising a little asshole. You never know. And you can't protect them from the world. Like, if they go to school, they will interact with other kids. Yeah. That's inevitable. So, at some point, there will be socialization. And
it's a social aspect. Because people, I know a complaint is just a little small thing, but like complaining pants stuff, I need to start doing that less. And there are people that be out here talking about some, I don't really like this, and I don't like how the government got away with it. And I'm like, y'all ain't have no shout outs for the indigenous people though.
So,
Like, I want y'all to shout them out while y'all talking about what's happening today. Because somebody posted something about how they assassinated a president in the 60s, and ain't nobody really talking about that. You know, like, but this country was founded on killing people.
yeah.
Sir, you need to stop tweeting.
Also, didn't that person go to school? Like, don't they teach that in history? I mean, I didn't go to school here. That's why I'm asking. Don't they teach?
Yeah, they teach it. I had hella history classes.
What is the...
And history classes was the worst. They weren't even eye-opening. I was like, wow.
So, who's this president that was killed?
Human nature ain't shit. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't know which one he was talking about?
No.
Either way.
I don't... Like,
the point remains.
The only time I remember presidents is when somebody bring them up.
No.
Like, I don't like to speak names of people that I don't respect.
I also don't like. I don't like.
I just really don't
war criminals
like this place like that. Because the world has very beautiful aspects, like the planet. Humans, oh my gosh, the architecture is great, but I need for y'all to disappear. Okay, where this play again? Bring it on.
Yeah.
Rumbling, ready for it.
I mean,
but it's not coming, and these kids ain't going. They have no world. These kids will have no world. And it's very horrible. Oh, it's very horrible. Couldn't plan this in half. I wish I had a Super Bowl. But anyway, I just wanted to say, like, please stop having kids, y'all. Please. Like, y'all had enough. Literally had enough.
Well,
change the world for a better... Make the world a better place.
I think I've said this
Make the world protected before y'all have kids, and y'all are not doing it.
I think I've said this before, but like, the more people we bring into the world, the more gays and LGBTQIA people will exist, because that's the planet trying to heal itself. Like, that's why homosexuality happens in nature with animals, to control the population. So,
I know, that's why I always say no to human nature.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they call it education, right?
Right.
But I don't think a lot of people learn.
Well, that's a whole other conversation, because I don't think the education system teaches people to have their own thoughts. They teach most people how to pass tests, and that is taken as...
Yeah, but guess what I always wondered? What is it like in that part of the world? Whenever we had to learn about another country, whenever they bring up something else, and I would see different names of countries and whatnot in different classes, not just history and geography and shit. And I always wondered, what's it like over there? Because, you know, we didn't have the internet now. The way I know how bad it was for Korea when Japanese bought them and turned them into slaves in the war. I was like, wow, this whole world ain't shit. I'm like, no way, I'm out. And I'm tying up my vast deference one more time tonight to make sure. But, you know, we starving, so we go dip. You got anything you want to say?
Well, it was nice play with you.
Oh, yeah, we got to go on get ready for more real quick.
Okay.
Hopefully people jump on. You know, it's lonely out there in the world. But I love playing the world, no matter how difficult it gets sometimes. Ooh, the last time, them people in Canada was eating everybody up. It was like, damn, the Japanese weren't even competing that night. What? It was red and white in the top 5 all the time. It was wild. I got a lot of seconds, but not first, but I'm going to change it tonight. Anyway, see y'all later. It's been a quick end. Come over and bend over. Holla.